to Talk to Me Tuesday. I am so excited about this episode because we have a very, very special guest, Brittany Stevens. I love this girl. You guys, let me tell you about her. So, Brittany is a longtime friend of mine, and she's also a former client of Girlfriend's Budget. And the reason why I wanted to bring her on here is because last week we talked a little bit about like what I did about a financial coach, what a financial coach does, things like that. So I wanted you guys to hear it from a client's perspective because I can tell you all day long, but I want to let Brittany talk to you guys today about what it was like working with GFB. So welcome, Brittany.
Hey.
Thank you for being on Talk to Me Tuesday.
Thank you for having me. I'm
Y'all,
so excited to be here.
This girl is like literally my Twinkie. Like, she may look a little bit light-skinned, but we twins. We are Twinkies. So, okay, Brittany, let's just like dive right into it, okay?
Okay.
So tell me a little bit about what your money management habits were like prior to GFB.
Well, I really didn't have any habits, but bad ones. I really didn't keep track of anything. I didn't write anything down. I didn't have any kind of registry. I just took my debit card and swipe here and there, and eventually I was like, oh my gosh, what have I done? So,
So there was no plan. You would just get paid and you would just be like, okay, it got paid, swipe.
Yep, pretty
and
much.
maybe I'll pay a bill here.
Uh-huh.
And then a little bill.
Oh,
over
wait,
there.
I don't have enough for that. Okay, well, we'll pay that one next time. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So then, all right, so then what was the breaking point for you and what made you decide to, like, want to get help with your finances?
Well, when I figured out that my credit score had gone down, I was getting the delinquent notices in the mail, you know, all the stuff that happens when you're behind on your payments and you're not keeping up with your stuff. And I was like, you know what? I don't want to do this anymore. Like, I want to pay this stuff off. I want to be done with it. I don't want to have to worry about, you know, I got to a point where I wasn't checking my mail. I mean, it was like I didn't even care to check my mail because I was like, I know when it's going to be in there. I don't care. The phone calls were killing me. I was like, oh my gosh, you know, trying to block numbers.
Yeah.
It just got out of hand. So I was like, you know what? I need to take care of this. I'm ready to get this stuff, you know, taken care of. That way I don't have to deal with the phone calls. I don't have to deal with any of the crap. I just want to live my life and not be like disturbed all the time by someone bugging me.
Oh my God,
you know,
I know, so
me for
annoying,
money.
right?
Yeah.
So let's say hey to some of the people that have chimed in here.
What?
So, hey babe, she's on. Hey Ging.
Hey, Dee.
Hey there. Hey Iffy, what's going on, girl? Hey T. Hi y'all. Thank y'all for joining us. Denise, thank y'all so much for joining in. So we are with Brittany, and we're talking about her experience with working with GFB. So, okay, so what made you decide to come to me, Brittany, to be your finance coach?
Well, actually, there was no one else that I could even think of I would want even in my business like that, because I know that that's kind of like a little sensitive subject that, you know, we all kind of get, I think, embarrassed about or feel ashamed, and you shouldn't. Mm-hmm. It happens to the best of us. But I had previously known you, obviously, so I felt very connected with you in that way and knew that I could trust you to get my stuff together, basically.
Well, I'm so glad that you came and you decided to work with me. So Brittany and I worked together for the year of 2017. So she came to me at the end of 2016. She was like, girl, I need to get my shit together. She was like, let's start at the beginning of 2017, my first check 2017, and I want to commit to this for a year. Even though I only asked for at least a 3-month commitment, but Brittany was like, you know what, I want to do this for a year. I think that is going to be beneficial. I think it's going to help me, so let me do that. So let's talk a little bit about your successes, Brittany. You got all your bills on track, and within this year, you got all your bills on track, got everything caught up. You paid off thousands of dollars in debt. You saved a good chunk of change by the end of the year. You increased your credit score by like a couple hundred points. And you got a brand new car, like all within this 12 months of us working with each other. Like,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
That's awesome.
Like, can you imagine, can you imagine 12 months? Like, it's like a whirlwind now, you know what I mean?
Yes.
But during the time, it was like, okay, well, here's a stumbling block or here's a challenge, but then here's a success. And it was like, it was valleys and hills. What is it called?
Highs and lows.
Yeah, highs and lows. And it was up and down, but at the end of it, it was like,
it was
totally
awesome.
worth it.
Totally worth it. Yeah, for sure.
So what was your favorite part about the program?
Just being able to like see everything getting better. It was like, I am a person that, you know, I like to see it. You know, I want it to be tangible. And it was like, oh, wow. Every time that you would call and say, hey, your credit score went up. Oh, my gosh. And I would be so excited. Or, oh, look, we get to take this red item off of the list. You know, it was like, oh, thank God I've been dealing with them forever. It was just being able to see those little successes that eventually grew into so much that when it was all over with, I was like looking back going, oh my gosh, look where I came from, you know?
It was like so amazing to see the growth from when we started to when we ended. Like, I was like so freaking proud of you. Like, I like get emotional. Like, I get so emotional with my clients because I'm like, oh my God, like I see the transformation. It just makes me like so proud.
Yes.
It really, really is. Okay, so there's pros, but there's also cons. So what was your least favorite part? Because we're going to keep it real. We keep it real here at GFB, okay?
Yes.
It's going to be some not so pretty parts of getting your shit together. So what was your least favorite part about it?
So my least favorite part was every time that I knew I was going to be talking to her and I had not done what I was supposed to do. So it was like a dog with his tail between its legs, like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna say? I'm gonna have to tell her that I didn't do what she told me to do. I spent this money on something else. This came up out of nowhere, and oh my gosh, you know, but every single time, regardless of how much it hurt me to have to, the truth and the pain that I had to go through to tell you that I had messed up, I always had to do that because I knew that it was so important to be honest with where I was at and what I was doing, because that was the only way that I was going to get help and be able to be successful at it. So even though I made mistakes and I hated having to confess those mistakes, I did, because I knew that yes, she wasn't going to be happy, but at the end of the day, we were going to get through it together. And as long as she knew what obstacle we were facing, then it was easier to deal with that. You know, so if I was trying to hide it or, you know, try to like maneuver things to make it look like I didn't do something, then it would always end up biting me in the butt in the end of it. So it was like, let me just go ahead, put it on the table.
Yes.
I screwed up. Please forgive me. Help me get through this. Get me out of this situation. And she would every single time.
And that's what I love about you, Brittany, is because when we would have our scheduled meetings, I would call Brittany. I'd be like, hey, Brittany, what's going on? She'd be like, girl, you're not going to be happy about this meeting.
She's so funny. It's so true.
And I'm like, okay, what happened? And then we just get into it. But I was like so proud that she would at least come to me and be honest about it, because there's no point in asking for help and coming up with somebody because you're wanting to do better in your finances, but you're not being 100% open and honest about the situation. The fact of the matter is, shit's gonna come up.
Yes.
Life is gonna happen. Things are gonna like fall apart.
Insurance.
Oh
my
girl.
God. Oh my gosh. I could not believe it. I was like, oh my God, how am I going to tell you this? That was off.
But we got through it. And that's the most important part, is being honest, because it's a relationship between you and your financial coach. And you want to be honest about your situation, because I can't help you, or any financial coach can't help you if you're not honest about what's going on. So I thank you so much, Brittany, for being honest. As hard as it was for you, I appreciate your honesty.
Absolutely.
100%.
Yep.
Okay, so what's one tip that you took away from the program that you continue to utilize today?
The spreadsheet. I love the spreadsheet. I still do the spreadsheet. It is my favorite thing ever.
I love the spreadsheet too.
Where everything's going. I can see it. I highlight it. I still did the whole 9 yards.
That is awesome. I'm like so happy to hear that.
Yes.
So girls, ladies, if you do not have a spreadsheet, you might want to start one. And if you don't have one, you can check out Girlfriend's Budget website. We have one on the website. Like the formulas and stuff are already in there. There's a guide in there to teach you how to use it, and I think you should check it out. And it's only $15, so I definitely think it's worth the investment in the long term because it's like a super beneficial tool for you in your budgeting.
Yeah, because I talked about in the beginning how that was one of the things that I didn't do is I didn't keep a registry. I didn't know where my money was going. And when you see where your money's going and what you're spending it on, and you think about all the other things you could have done with that money, it's like, oh.
Yeah.
So it was really awesome to have it. I love it. If you don't have it or don't have one, you need to go to the website.
Yes. Get you a budget. You can start one yourself. If you don't want to get the Girlfriend's Budget, if you don't want to invest, I highly suggest that you invest. But if you don't want to, you can easily start, a spreadsheet on your own. But I definitely think the Girlfriend's Budget one is worth the investment for sure. Okay, so then do you feel more comfortable now that we're not working together? Do you feel like more comfortable to manage your money and you know the flow, the ins and outs? How is that going for you?
It's going a lot better. I definitely feel comfortable doing that on my own. I've been doing it on my own for almost 9 months. Like 9 months, pretty much. So, yeah, I've been doing it. Hey! Look at me. I'm all grown up now. But, yeah, I've been doing it on my own. I feel comfortable with that. Now, there's still, here and there I'll have questions about things. And I even told Ella, I said, let me give you a commit to you for a year. I want to see what we can do in this year. If I feel like I'm in a better place at that point, then, I'll try to consider doing this all on my own. But when the time comes that I'm at a position, because she has helped set me up to be in that position to where I want to start investing money and, maybe like knocking down particular things like, we talked about like the student loan consolidation stuff and, things like that, little things like that as we go along. Of course, I still have those questions that I'm not 100% comfortable with that I would always come to you for advice on. But as far as managing my money and knowing where my money goes and paying my bills on time and making sure that I've got my spending money and I've got my money for this and everything's good, I feel great about that.
And I think you're doing so good.
I'm
so proud of you, my Twinkie. Okay, last question. Okay, what advice would you give to someone out there that's thinking about possibly working with a finance coach, not really budgeting, they're not really sure, they're kind of on the fence? What would you tell them?
Do it. If you are even considering it a tiny bit, you need to do this for yourself. You will feel so much better about who you are and what you're doing with yourself than ever before. It literally changed my life.
Do you feel like it affects other areas of your life too?
I do, because even I'd have girlfriends that would be out shopping with me over the last year, and I'm sure if any of them are on here and they can see that they can attest to this, that I would be out shopping and normally it's I want this, I want that, and I'm just picking and grabbing and whatever happens at the cash register.
It is what it is.
But I even shop differently. It's like I think about before I'm buying it, like, okay, how much does this cost? Do I really want that? And do I need that? Is it worth this money? It's like I actually know the value of $1 now, whereas before I was just blowing and going basically, and trying to keep my head above float.
T, I used that printable budget sheet you posted a while back. I will go purchase the spreadsheet. Thank you, T. It's so worth it. I really think you'll love it. And if you have any questions, you can definitely hit me up for sure.
Yeah.
But I'm so, y'all, this is my girl. I just love this girl. I am just so proud of her. She has grown so much from the time we started working together till now, and I just cannot say enough things about this woman. Like, she is amazing. I just love her so much. So that's all I have. Do you guys have any questions for us? If not, then we are gonna hop off of here and do something else, do some spend some girl time, because we haven't seen each other in a while. And we got our drinky drink. So
cheers.
Oh, you guys, hopefully joining in on the mini money challenge. If you're taking your lunch to work, like post a picture tomorrow or something of what you took to work for lunch, so that we can kind of inspire some other people to start taking their lunches to work too. Okay? So if that's it, then that's it. But until next time, love your budget and love your life. See you later, guys.
Bye, guys.